Why not?
Have you guys heard the term black fatigue? Let's talk about this for a second. So originally the term black fatigue stood for the exhaustion or the fatigue that a lot of black people were feeling from always dealing with systemic racism. And I could tell you myself, I've dealt with this firsthand. I think I've told you guys the story of the time that I went to my former teacher and asked him for a letter of recommendation, and he insinuated that I might be getting the job that I was getting because they needed to fill a black quota. He completely dismissed all of the excellence that I had already had as an educator and as a coach before getting this new job. I remember also when I first moved into this predominantly white area, getting in trouble for doing things that white kids were also doing, but they weren't getting in trouble for. I remember also one time when I came back from college, I was calling around for apartments, and I remember asking one person that was managing an apartment complex what the neighborhood was like around the area. And he starts giving me the description of the neighborhood. You know, it's pretty good. It's this, it's that, or whatever. And then he says, I'm going to be real with you, though. There's a lot of black people that live in this neighborhood, but they don't scare me at all. So believe me, I've dealt with black fatigue. I know what it's about. And I know that a lot of black people deal with black fatigue as well. However, now a lot of racists are starting to use it in a lot of different ways. So just like the term woke used to basically mean, or it still does mean, especially within the black community, that you are aware of social issues that are going on and you think it's important to be anti-racist. But now, you know, white Republicans or white racists use the term woke to basically criticize or bemoan anything that has to do with, you know, wanting to look out for marginalized communities. Well, now racists are using black fatigue to basically say that they're tired of black people. And what I'm finding most of the time is their black fatigue is nothing but jealousy. I came across this video and it said on the video, in the caption, black fatigue is real. And it's this guy who typically posts a lot on conservative, you know, pages and stuff like that. And I'm watching the video and I'm literally watching this video thinking something bad is going to happen in this video. But it's really just a video of black people enjoying themselves. Like nothing salacious, nothing nefarious, nothing illegal, nothing bad at all. Just black people enjoying themselves. And this guy captions it, black fatigue is real. Let me just start by saying I love us. And racists out there, what you're feeling, it's not black fatigue, it's black hate, it's black jealousy, and it's black envy. The reason why you hate watching that is because you are mad that those people are happier than you are. You're mad because they're unapologetically black. And you know, there are a lot of people, and even some black people who watch that video and they're like, black people need to behave themselves. They need to conduct themselves better. Fuck you. People can act the way they freaking want to act. Those people in that room were acting happy. That's what they were. They weren't hurting anybody. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were dancing and singing along with a freaking rapper. And you're like, oh, I got black fatigue. And the amount of people, the amount of hate in those comments, people saying things like just the most just disgusting things about black people. And I'm reading through them and I'm laughing my ass off because all I can think is how much they must hate their lives. They must hate the fact that they always have to feel like they gotta, you know, behave a certain way or act a certain way. And they see people just being themselves, just enjoying themselves, and they're pissed off. And it makes me laugh so damn hard. You have black jealousy and black envy. You could have easily scrolled on by. You could have said, you know what? Looks like a bunch of people having fun, enjoying themselves. I'm going to scroll on by. But you got pissed. You got mad because your life sucks so much that watching black people enjoy themselves pisses you off. That is black hate. that is black jealousy, and that is black envy. And you want to know what black fatigue I have? And what's funny to me is I see these black creators and they almost talk as if they're not black. I've seen black creators bring up black fatigue and say, this is why white people have black fatigue. They hate you too. Understand this. They fucking hate you too. You think just because you parrot their racist talking points, they actually like you. They don't like you. So the black fatigue I have is directed toward these dumbass black creators. Like this guy, there's these dumbass black MAGA creators, I should say, like this next guy, who is so mad that Jasmine Crockett made a video dancing. And, you know, a lot of these black male creators, they hate black women more than they hate anyone. I don't know how these people look their moms and their sisters in the face with such hate. This dude is pissed off because Jasmine Crockett is dancing. That's about it.
Do you think American lives is a game? This is the problem with politicians. They playing like they fucking puppet masters. You think it's funny to sit there, you're smiling with your tongue out. You're not even on rhythm, first off. You and them two knuckleheads behind you. Understand why people's lives are at stake? People barely can survive. Ghetto is still the ghetto. You think this is a game? And I'm not trying to hear none of that. Oh, this is the culture. Rap music has destroyed the community. Black women all around the country. I understand. You finally got somebody in office that look like you, that you might think that represents you. Let me be the first to let you all know this does not represent us. We do not have to dwindle ourselves to this level. This is sick, man. This is what the Democratic Party think of us. Every time you see this girl talk, it ain't never nothing intellectual. Don't get it twisted. She looks like you all, but she ain't you all. She didn't grow up in no ghetto, in no hood. She don't know how poor people are. Stop letting the Democratic Party manipulate you all.
First of all, with all due disrespect, this is not a smart person. This dude is so damn dumb. He's mad that Jasmine Crockett is dancing. He's like, got your tongue all out in there. And this guy just makes videos all day where he's just yelling shit like this. Don't let the Democrats manipulate you. You gotta dwindle yourself to that. And then he says, anytime she speaks, it ain't never nothing intellectual. Dude, repeat that sentence to yourself and ask yourself, who's the intellect, you or Jasmine Crockett, you freaking idiot? But what's funny to me is you got Donald Trump coming out all the time doing the double jerk to the YMCA all the time, and they'll never make any videos about how embarrassing that is or how, you know, the country's people are starving and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, she ain't from the ghetto. Who cares? We didn't ask her to be from the ghetto. We like Jasmine Crockett because she's smart as hell and she pisses people off like you. That's why we like her. This dude has black hate, black envy, and black jealousy. And then there's this other dude, Jeffrey Mead. He is like the biggest. This dude wants to be accepted so badly by white racists. Like, imagine being a black dude and you get the phone call when some network wants to have someone talk about how bad reparations might be. Like, I honestly don't even care about reparations. If there's a push for it, I'm definitely on the side of giving black people some type of compensation for the free labor that our ancestors have done. But I don't actually see this country ever doing it. But when you have Jeffrey Mead, who goes on saying black people shouldn't get anything and starts spouting off these bullshit ass stats about how many people actually own slaves, we've debunked that a million times, and how we need to be teaching accountability and not giving other people's tax-paying dollars away. Dude, you sound like an idiot.
Historically speaking, it was a tiny minority of people who ever owned slaves to begin with. So people's that ancestors never owned slaves are now paying people who never were slaves. The whole thing is messed up, and it also just doesn't really focus on accountability and decision making, which is the thing that people need to be focused on, not getting handouts, not getting free cash, not getting help from the government.
This country, our government, and the descendants of slave owners got huge benefits from the years of free labor forced on our ancestors. There will not be individual white people handing me money. It will be the federal government returning some of those benefits to the black community. That is not a handout. You can also teach accountability and give reparations at the same time. But it's so funny how he says they shouldn't be getting handouts or other people's tax-paying dollars. These people will never have a problem when the government starts cutting checks for whatever they want to give people money for to basically buy their vote. They do it all the time. Every single president at some point gives some type of dividend check or returns some type of money to people all the time. So doing this to the black community in the form of reparations wouldn't be really any different. But people like this dude, Jeffrey Mead, and the other guy before him, they hate seeing black people prosper. They hate the idea of black people getting something that their white counterparts don't get, because these people bootlick and buck dance all day long for these people. So yes, I'm tired. I have fatigue. I have fatigue from systemic racism in this country, but even more so from all the bootlicking, buck dancing, freaking like just toe tapping, tap dancing ass, ignorant ass black MAGAs who make it hard for the rest of us. You people are so damn stupid. It gets on my nerves that I have to listen to or see these type of people all the time. And again, if it were just me, I wouldn't care. If it were even just my children, I wouldn't care. But the fact that there are impressionable black kids out there who may not have a father figure or may not have someone in their life that they can look up to, and they sometimes come across these idiots and they look up to them, and these people are basically telling them to hate who they are, to hate how they look, and to hate how they act. And that is what pisses me off. These people are so... They're just insufferable. I freaking hate them, and I wish the worst for them. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.